with sugar and the other is not, which one will make a bigger crystal? What is this hypothesis?
The hypothesis is, we think that if we put the string with the sugar, it will make bigger crystals, because the sugar molecules will attract the other sugar molecules in the water to attract them, and once they're together, it easily attracts other molecules to make a bigger crystal.
Well said, Cooper. What you'll need for this awesome experiment is string, some water, a beaker, a measuring spoon, a plate, white sugar, some wax paper. What else will we need, Cooper?
We'll need 2 screws, 2 chopsticks, 1 measuring cup, 2 1,000 ml beakers, food coloring, and an eyedropper. Well, that's all we need. So kids, don't try anything else at home. It could blow something up.
The first instruction to this awesome experiment is cut 4 strings with the string.
Yeah, like cut 4, and the 4 pieces of string should probably be about 1 inch taller than the beaker. Yep. And then the second step is to soak the strings in water for 5 long minutes. Yeah, let's put them in. Yeah. Okay, there you go. 2. Boom, 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 boom. Level complete. It is such a beautiful day. The sun is shining, the grass is green, and wait, was that the timer? 5 minutes is up. Let's go.
All right, so let's put the two of the strings on the wax paper. Then cover them with sugar.
Full, Mr. Cohen. I think we should put the ones on the plate and then coat them in sugar.
Good idea.
All right. Okay, make sure they're covered in sugar. Give it some more. It's like hunting for buried treasure, ain't it? Okay, now, since it's all wet, you just lay them down.
You lay them down there, and then we're going to leave them overnight to dry. And one more night yet.
Yeah, 1 day's passed. What's your problem?
We gotta finish that experiment. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, now it's time for step 3 of this awesome experiment. Cohen, can you please assist us in telling us this 3rd step?
Please be extremely careful because there's lots of hot water in the beakers right now. Also, as well, there is 2 strings have dried overnight for sugar, and 2 have not. So, what we need to do for step 3 is we need to pour the sugar into the 2 beakers, and until it becomes a saturated solution. Now, saturated means that it can only boil up so much sugar that soon it can't boil any much more. So now let's do an example. Cooper?
Okay, we're gonna add the same amount, a quarter cup in each one of these till it saturates. As we see it saturated. Colin, can you please tell me if it's saturated? It looks like it is saturated.
So what we're going to do next is we're going to keep adding sugar until the solution is completely saturated.
And stirring it.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're just gonna keep doing that until until it's all completely saturated. You're probably gonna need about 4 quarter cups in all of them until it's completely saturated. Welcome back to Science Nerds! Now the solution is completely saturated, which means the water has absorbed all the sugar as possible. It took about 7 quarter cups in the end.
Now that we have a saturated solution, now we will dangle the two that are not crusted with sugar on one chopstick and into the water, and dangle the two others that are crusted with sugar into the water, and we'll see what happens. We've decided to make it more interesting, so we're going to add color to the crystals.
It's very important that you use the same color and the same number of drops in each. As you can see, we're going to be making a neon green. So if you want to try to make the same color yourself, you'll need 1 drop of green and 1 drop of yellow. We will be doing that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9,
And our experiment is completely prepared.
We're gonna leave it for 7 to 10 days and record our observations. Stay tuned for more of Science Nerds! Welcome back to Science Nerds. I'm Cooper, and unfortunately, my partner Colton could not join us today, so I have to lay these out overnight. This is the first one. As you can see, this was the one that was not coated in sugar. As you can see, it's formed some pretty nice crystals. And I'll put in the non-sugar. And these are the bigger ones with the sugar on them, and as you can see, they're quite a bit bigger, and as expected, because they were coated in sugar. Now we're going to leave them to dry overnight. Welcome back to Science Nerds!
It's been 7 days since we started this experiment, and Cooper took the crystals out of the solution and let them dry overnight. And so let's record our observations.
Yes, as you can see, this crystal is much bigger. The one that's coated with sugar is much bigger than the one that wasn't coated in sugar. And if you look really closely, you can see the individual crystals are much bigger than the other individual crystals. And now we're going to put them on the scale. Now we're going to start by weighing the smaller crystal. It is about 11 grams. And now we're gonna weigh the bigger crystal. It's about 27 grams. There's a big difference between the two of these. We have learned some very scientific things about this experiment. We have learned that this is the sugar coated on this is like a seed to attract other molecules to make it a bigger crystal. And we have also learned that if the molecules can't be attracted, you will make a smaller crystal. Now there's only one more thing to do. Taste test! Yeah, that's good. Oh my gosh, wow.
Can't believe we made these.
Yeah, me too. Good.
Dog goes woof, cat goes meow, bird goes tweet, and mouse goes squeak. Cow goes moo, frog goes croak, and the elephant goes toot. Ducks say quack, and fish go blub, and the seal goes ow, ow, ow. But there's one sound that no one knows. What does the fox say? What the fox say? What the fox say? Happy, happy, happy ho. Happy, happy, happy ho. Happy, happy, happy ho. What the fox say? What the fox say? Big blue eyes, pointy nose, chasing mice and digging holes. Tiny paws up the hill. Suddenly you're standing still. Your fur is red, so beautiful, like an angel in disguise. But if you meet a friendly horse, will you communicate by more? How will you speak to that horse?